Hello, lovelies. This is Christy cooking at home. And you may be surprised to find out that I'm Chrissy. So when I was pregnant with Nellie and on bed rest, I came across a recipe that I thought my family would like. Sounded good to me. But I didn't save it. Didn't print it. So, trying to just go off my memory and thinking of things that kind of sound good together. So, it's some kind of chicken and dressing casserole. And the reason I didn't save it, and the reason I didn't print it, is because I'm pregnancy brain, stupidness. I couldn't get up and cook. I couldn't get up and can. I couldn't get up and bake. I couldn't get up and clean. I was on bed rest. Utterly frustrating for my personality type. So I didn't watch canning videos. I didn't watch cooking videos. I didn't watch anything related to food because I knew it would make me want to get up and do it. And that would put Nellie at risk. And eventually my health started to go, so then it would put both of us at risk. So we're going to make this up as we go along. I have my oven preheated to 350. You are in a different place than you are used to because I am canning Idaho potatoes that I had sliced fairly thick. I like to fry them. Dump them out of the jar, pat them dry, and then fry them. That's my childhood favorite right there. And I got to do 2 canner loads because I got 9 quarts and 1 pint out of 10 pounds of potatoes. So I have the first one going. It's getting ready to come up to steam to set my timer for 10 minutes. It's close. It's just starting to spurt the steam. So we're going to do this quick. I have here 1 box that was, these were given to me. A lot of this was given to me. We're going to use it. We're not going to waste. So 1 box of stuffing mix that's cornbread. I know that's backwards for you. I'm sorry. And this stuffing mix is turkey. Now 1 each of those. And then I have 2 pints of my home canned chicken breast. Cook some chicken. Cut it up. Throw it in. Get store-bought canned chicken. I have some of those too from when I was on bed rest. Logan loves it. Throw that in. Just cook it first. Because I don't know if it would cook all the way mixed in with everything. So I opened these stuffing bags. And then I moved them. And I don't know why. Because then they dumped a little bit into my 13 by 9 casserole dish. Okay. Haha. There you go. I need to get a stand for you that's better than leaning against a can of sweetened condensed milk. On the list. Okay, so then I decided, instead of throwing extra seasonings in, I was thinking of maybe using this. I wanted to see how much sodium was in it. No, we're not going to do that. Because I know the stuffing mix already has a lot of sodium in it. And then I'm going to use a jar of turkey gravy. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a minute. And then 2 cans of cream of chicken soup. I have 1 stick of melted, you see that's melted, butter. And then 3 cups of chicken broth. Now, I'm out of home canned, so this is bouillon. Because I'm out of a lot of home canned. So, I just boiled the water in the microwave and added my cubes. And then kind of crushed them up so it would blend. Okay, so we're going to kind of wing this, people. First, we're going to grease our pan. Oven's already preheated 350. So I'm assuming, since everything's already cooked, and we're going to soften our stuffing with the broth, that we just need to heat this in the oven until hot and bubbly. Alright, in the sink you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, now I never use box stuffing mix. I make it from scratch. I make my stuffing and dressings from scratch, but I don't want to waste this food that was given to me while I was on bed rest. My dearest girlfriend, my BFF, gave it to me because it was given to her because they don't like these kinds of stuffing mixes and she can't eat them. She has celiac And this is definitely not gluten-free stuff. So I said, sure, I'll take them. I'll figure out something to do with them. Logan can definitely cook them up if we get in the mood for something, because it's super easy to make this on the stove. You know, just the box of stuffing mix, but it never got used. So walking around thinking, what am I going to make for lunch today? While I was working on potatoes. So, okay. That is with the 2 cans. So we have 2 boxes of stuffing mix, 2 cans of cream of chicken. I'm going to dump in butter. I hope this is not too much liquid, because I'm going to use the yummy, which is why I'm not sure we're going to use all the broth. Come on, chicken. I packed my chicken breast good. Might not use any of the broth. I might have made that for no reason. I'll stick it in the fridge and figure out something to do with it tomorrow then. Maybe chicken and noodles. Make some homemade noodles. I haven't made noodles since before I found out I was pregnant. Alright, I'm going to give this a stir because we have the liquid from the butter. We have the liquid from the chicken. Because it's, you know, it's raw packed chicken. So it's the juice from the chicken. And you know what? This is pretty soft. With the butter. And just kind of breaking up my chicken, because I put the chunks in kind of big, so I'm just breaking it up a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to only add about a cup of my broth as I keep stirring this, because between a stick of butter, so that's half a cup of butter that I melted, and all the liquid that came, these were some juicy chicken breasts. Let me tell you, there was a lot of liquid in there after they came out of the canner last week. Yeah. So I have 3 cups here. I'm going to give this another stir because, you know, it's bouillon cubes. They settle. And the baby's fussing in her sleep. Okay, so that's about 3/4 cup. And it looks like it's going to be good. Alright, yeah. So I did 3/4 cup of this bouillon broth. You know what, I may just drink that while this is cooking. Who knows? In my pan. And you can see what it looks like as it comes out, instead of me tipping the bowl at you. Alright. You can see how it's starting to get mush. So I was thinking I might put foil on the top. But I'm thinking now, maybe not. Get that out of the way. Alright, I'm just going to kind of smoosh this in the pan. Some of the chicken is still pretty big. Did I tell you I sprayed the pan with nonstick spray? Because I did. I don't know if we're going to like this. If we don't like this, I'm not posting this. You'll never see it. And you know what? I may just do a tasting for the video and be like, okay, post it anyways and be like, this was a huge fail. The turkey gravy. It's going on top. Don't know why. It's just what I wanted to do. I'm going to spread it on like frosting. I'm not going to mix it in. So I have my offset spatula. Oh, we're so close to that timer for 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to get this in the oven. I'm going to set the timer for this on my phone, because I'm going to use the stove timer for my Canon, because it's louder. Okay. I'm going to get this in the oven. I'm going to start with 30 minutes and stick a meat thermometer in the center, an instant read one, and see if we are up to 165, because I want this up to 165 for safe temperature. So if it starts to get too brown, I will put foil on it, and I will let you know if I put foil on it. So, okay, it'll be a split second for you, but I'll see you later. I apologize for the noise. My canner is still going. It's got 11 minutes before I can remove it from heat, or turn off the stove. But the casserole, I let bake at 350. Oh, might as well turn off the oven. I'm done with it now. I let it bake at 350 for a total of 45 minutes. It was hot enough in the center at 30 minutes, but I didn't like the way it looked. So I let it keep going for another 15 minutes, and now I like the way it looks. So there's the casserole. You see the gravy still on top a little. It smells so good in here. I can't even describe it because it's not quite Thanksgiving-y, Christmassy smell from the dressing, but it's close. It smells like home-cooked food cooking right now, like a giant meal. I think that's because of the seasonings they put in those stuffing mixes. And Miss Fussy Pants is fussing in there. I'll check her diaper in a minute, but she's fussing in her sleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tasting. And if it sucks, it sucks. So 45 minutes to get to look like that. Alright. I like the edges. Got a little crispiness there. Maybe I'd let it go a little longer. Maybe a full hour. Okay, it's nice and moist, but it's not soup. Sorry, it's not soupy. I'm looking at the bowl and not through the camera. Okay. Now, I know it's a tiny amount, but if I'm going to eat this, I am hungry. If I'm going to eat this, that's as much as I can eat because of my weight loss surgery. So, with it being breading, you know, the cornbread and then just regular dressing. Okay, so I have a little bit of my chicken on the fork, a little bit of the dressing. I did let this sit for a minute because I was on the phone with the pharmacy about Logan's insulin. So it did sit for about 10 minutes before I scooped into it. So if you scoop into it immediately, it might be soupier. I don't know. I didn't even try. I just pulled it out because I was on the phone with them. Fun. Sorry the canner's so loud. 8 minutes to go on it. And then I have to do another load of potatoes. Because my canner only handles 7 wide mouth quarts. So I split it. I'm doing 5 and 5. Well, the first one's 4 quarts, 1 pint, and then the second load will be all 5 quarts. That is not as salty as I was expecting. For me, the salt is perfect. I'm a little sensitive to salt right now. When I was pregnant with Nellie, I couldn't get enough salt. And at the moment, everything tastes too salty to me. So knowing Sweetheart and Logan, they'll probably add salt to this. And you know what would be really great? Fresh cracked black pepper. I don't see it. One of the boys must have moved it because I don't see it. It's in somewhere. By the microwave. Alright. I'm going to prop you up in my spice cabinet. Most people would put plates and dishes and stuff in this cabinet, and mine's just overflowing with spices and vinegars and things like that. Alright, so I did just a little, fresh, you can't even see it. But I did just a little because, you know, that can be overwhelming if you do too much. Winner chicken dinner. It's not too mushy for me. If you think it'll be too mushy for you, just use the juice from the chicken. Or drain the chicken and just use the broth. I don't know. These kinds of recipes are subjective to your preference. Whereas baking, you gotta be a little more careful. Man, having that home canned chicken, I've missed it. Sorry, I'm talking with food in my mouth. I'm going to try a little bit of the crispy corner. Favorite part? Knew it would be. Alright. I'm not going to eat this whole thing with you watching. That's stupid. So I'm going to finish my lunch here and then take care of Cannon. And I'll see y'all next time. Well, the family loves the casserole. Like, so much that they said I could make that for Thanksgiving instead of the traditional huge feast. And then Logan asked if we could have it the next day. Like, he wanted it like 3 days in a row. So not only did I enjoy it, they loved it too. So this is a winner chicken dinner. Literally. Till next time.